Alright, so now we've talked about adding integers, and you should have already taken the delta math quiz and made a 80 or higher. And now we're going to talk about subtracting integers. So for subtraction, you can do a bunch of different things to think about it. But one way to think about it is if you're standing on a number line, and when you're standing on that number line, you're facing neither left nor right, you're kind of facing the other way or off the front, right? Like up here somewhere. And for positive things, you go this way, and for negative things, you go that way. And every time you meet a for every minus, you turn around. So if I'm standing here, my little self, and I'm facing that direction, right? So if I see a positive number, I'm going to walk that way. If I see a negative number, I'm going to walk backwards. And if there is a minus sign, I'm going to turn my body around, okay? All right, so my little dude standing here on the number line. And so my first problem here says, what, negative 3 plus 8? So I'm going to go back to negative 3, and we'll stand here on negative 3. And then it says plus 8, right? So I'm going to go forward 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I get to 5, right? Which is what my notes say right here. I should wind up at 5. Okay. Gonna rest. All right, for the next one, it says negative 4 minus 4. So I'm going to start at negative 4, or I'm going to walk backward to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And now there's a minus sign, so I turn myself around. So I'm now facing this direction, right? And then I'm going to walk 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I wind up at negative 8, okay? I could have taken that as go back to 4 and turn that to adding the opposite. So I didn't turn around, but I just walked backwards 4 steps. And that still gives me negative 8. And I think that's probably the biggest problem with addition and subtraction of integers, is that there's so many different ways to think about it, and we get confused. But you need to figure out a way that works for you. I'm not the one doing the math, you are, okay? So let's try this third one here. So if I start, I'm at 0, I'm chilling, and it says 2, so I walk forward 2, and I'm standing here. Lolly, lolly, lolly. Aren't I awesome? All right, and then it's minus, so I turn myself around. So now I'm facing this direction, right? And then negative 4, okay? So for a negative, I'm going to walk backwards. So I'll back backwards 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I end at 6, okay? So 2 minus negative 4 is 6. You probably have heard minus a negative is a positive or whatever, but I think when we start trying to remember those kind of tricks, we forget how to do the math. So be careful with that kind of stuff. So let's try these few, and then you'll need to do these down here before you go to Delta Math and take your quiz. Okay. All right, so I've got negative 7 plus negative 2. So if I'm standing here at 0, chillaxing, looking all crazy, I'm going to go forward 7, right? Or wait, sorry, I'm going to walk backwards 7. So I'll walk backwards 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wind up at negative 7. All right, and then plus, so I don't change anything. And then I walk backwards 2 more. If I walk backwards 2 more, I end at, oh wait, negative 9. All right, that was the first example. And then the second example, I'm standing here at 0. It says 9, so I go forward 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And then minus, so I turn my happy self around. So I'm now facing this direction. Right, here's my little self. Turn around self. The self is turned around, and self is going to walk forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? But that's still the same 9 minus 4 that you've been doing since 2nd grade, okay? Don't let the fact there's positive and negatives in here flip you out about stuff that you already know, okay? But there's no reason you can't use the number line for that either. All right, so for the third one, I've got a 4, so I'm going to walk forward to 4. right? And here's my happy self, and I'm going to turn around, so because there's that minus over here. So I'm going to turn myself around, so I'm now facing this direction. And then it says -2. So now I need to go backwards 2, okay? So I end at 6. That's also could be for, I'm going to change that to adding the opposite, right? A lot of people talk about negatives in that way, adding the opposite. I change this sign, I have to change that sign. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's positive, I change it to negative. If it's negative, I change it to positive. But 4 plus 2 is 6, and you know that. All right. Get rid of my drawing on the number line here. All right, so I'm standing here at 0 till 1, and it says -6, so I'll walk backwards 6. 1, 6, walk backwards 6, and there's a minus, so I turn myself around, like, do the hokey pokey, and you turn yourself around. Okay, so now I'm facing behind me, facing towards the negative, and then it's -7, all right? For minus, I walk backwards though, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ending at +1, okay? I could rewrite this, -6 minus -7, change it to adding the opposite, change it twice, you're fine. -6 plus 7 is +1, so I did the right thing. What? Love it when it works out. When a plan comes together. Okay, so you need to do 1 through 10, right here. Bam. Once you finish them, you need to go to Delta Math and take the quiz, okay? Once you finish the quiz and you make 100 on it, you go to the next thing. You can either hit next in Canvas, or you can scroll down the page and see what's next, okay? And go to that section in Canvas.